Hello there, everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope that you guys are doing okay. I'm gonna let y'all start getting the notifications and start coming on into the room.
Oh, he's so hey, dog.
Hey, actual treasure, how are you? Hey, the Black Barbie. Hey, Tyranny. How are you guys doing this morning? Well, not this morning. Shh. Child, she got right in my ear and screamed to the top of her lung, then bust my eardrum. Okay. Hey, Lakita. Hey, Miss Muffin. Hey, Zoomer. Ronald Gray. Shh. Let you stop. The things I know I ain't been coming on regularly. I've been tired. Well, I have been really recuperating. Y'all know when I had my finals and stuff, my brain was dehydrated. So I've been having to get to rest my brain and just rest up. But I'm starting to feel it again, though. I'm starting to feel it. We're going to go through this again on June 1st when I go to summer school. I'm at Chili's with my kids. I'll be okay.
Say, you want to watch it?
Get my cell phone. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come into the room. You guys, Straight Drop has appealed appeals to the Supreme Court, continues to fight a losing battle. Okay, so I told you all that more than likely. I told you all that more than likely he was going to appeal to the Supreme Court. Okay. So I mean, I guess he wants to exercise, he wants to exhaust everything. This is what I don't get. These dudes go out here and kill folks for some money. Okay. These dudes go out here and kill folks for money. Okay. And they expect to, just kind of like ride off into the sunset. I mean, that depression and stuff start to set in when you start to look at dog, my forever is in a jail cell. I still don't have the money. And I think it's real sad, okay? When I start looking at people talk about get my purse, boo. Get Gigi her purse. Right there. Look up there. Right there. Get Gigi her purse. Big girl. I think it's really sad when I start to right there, boo. Right there. You see my purse? I see it. Look up. See, right there. Right, good job. They think they're gonna ride off into the sunset, and then they start to realize that they're forever. Oh Lord Jesus! They start to realize. They start to realize their forever is in the jail cell, right? So when he let Gotti and whoever else it was, all the rest of them that was involved in this stuff, okay, send him out to kill a man that had not done nothing to him. Okay. I guess just didn't mess with him the way that he would have wanted him to. I guess he just didn't mess with him the way that he would have wanted him to, right? What's up, Hitter? So when y'all hold on, y'all, I'm gonna have to get my grandbaby settled. She gonna have to stop all that hollering. Hold on, y'all. Because I want to read to you all. Go get my phone, Fruits.
Huh?
Go get my phone. Okay, so I'm trying to pull it because the article is in my phone. Hold on, you guys. Let me pull it up.
Well, I want to.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you guys, it looks like he filed it on March the 10th of 2026, okay? He filed it on March the 10th of 2026.
Hey! Oh! Ow! My God!
Okay, so he feels like that. He wrote that he feels like that there were multiple errors. Shh, stop. So his attorney is arguing that there were multiple errors. I don't know what those errors were. That there were multiple errors. Now I don't know what those errors were. I don't, you already had an appellate court that I guess they're trying to argue something else. I guess with the appellate court, they was arguing, that I guess that Cornelius was not credible, but there was a preponderance of evidence. Okay, so now they're trying to argue to the Supreme Court that there was multiple errors. The only error that they had mentioned to the appellate court, okay, was that he didn't get the opportunity to sit up at the table with his lawyer. Okay, they tried to argue that at first, so I don't know what the multiple errors are. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if it's the Tennessee Supreme Court. I don't even think Tennessee has a Supreme Court. I'm trying to figure out how that works. Hold on, let me see something, you guys. Let me see. I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on, you all. Y'all hit the like button. Okay, so yeah, he filed it on March the 10th. Let's see, W. Price Rudolph on appeal, Luke Evans Murfreesboro at trial. The conviction in this case arose from the November 17, 2021 death of young dog Adolph Thornton Jr. at the cookie shop. The victim, a rapper and owner of a record label, PRE, had been involved in a rivalry with record label Cocaine Music Group, which was led by Anthony Big Jug Mims, precipitated by the victim's refusal. To sign a recording contract with CMG. In the months before the victim's death, Hernandez Govan, a negotiator in the rap business working with CMG, introduced defendant himself, an aspiring rapper known as Straight Drop, to Cornelius. Big Jug had introduced defendant himself, an aspiring rapper known as Straight Drop, to Cornelius Smith. Big Jug had placed $100,000 bounty on the victim, and Smith and defendant agreed to kill the victim and split the proceeds with Govan. At approximately 12:21 p.m., defendant and Smith shot and killed the victim, leading to the charges in the case. Okay. Smith testified at some point Govan called defendant and told him to move the Mercedes, and Smith arranged for Govan to retrieve Smith's cell phone from the Mercedes and meet at the car wash later.
I'll go. I'll go.
Anyways, you guys, he filed it on the last day to file it. Hold on, shit, I got it in my phone. Go get Gigi other phone, boo. I'm getting ready to call it. Get it for me, okay? It's over there.
I can't find it.
Look over there. You hear the phone? Lord, she didn't even look for it. She just said, I can't find it. Hold on, y'all. Oh, Juju. Oh, y'all, my grandbaby is a handful. I promise you. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, he appealed on March the 3rd. I mean, on March the 10th. Action case appeal to Supreme Court on March the 10th. And so, like I said, he's saying that there was multiple, he's saying that there were multiple errors. Okay. So now at this point, he's basically, trying to scream on any rooftop to anybody that will listen. Sit down, eat your cookies and stuff. Okay. Sit down. Sit down right here. I'm late, left out. What happened? Straight Drop has appealed to the Supreme Court. Y'all know that the appellate court just denied. Okay, they just denied his appeal. Okay, now he's going over the appellate court to the Supreme Court. And this will be his last, basically his last chance, to get out. I hate this. Well, I don't hate to say it. It's not gonna happen. And so after that, he gonna just go ahead. I think he's trying to really just exhaust all of his means before he starts telling on everybody. Okay, even more because he's not already told on before. So after his final denial, because this will be the last denial. I'm telling you, this will be his last denial. After that, y'all gonna start seeing folks start getting picked up, okay, for other murders that they committed that has gone cold. Because he gonna do an Alpo, okay. Straight Drop don't want to sit in jail. You talk about he's about 28 years old now. He does not want to sit in jail. Although Young Dolph cannot get up out of his grave, right? Young Dolph can't get up out of his grave. So, but Straight Drop wants to, ride around. He's wasting his time. He's definitely wasting his time. Now, he didn't want to tell on Gotti, okay? He kind of slow walked that because he thought, maybe he could get out and Gotti would say, hey, stop. That he could get out and maybe Gotti would give him a deal. Okay. But after this last appeal and he sees that That he, because I don't know why, people like Straight Drop thought Gotti was had power. You know, people thought that Gotti had the power. Gotti gonna get Drop out. Gotti trying to hightail his own ass, okay, up out of the United States, because his business, and they call it Cocaine Music Group, although they claim it's been changed, okay. They keep bringing up his business, right? They keep putting his company. He had beef with Cocaine Music Group, okay. So after this last denial, he has nowhere else to go. He's basically screaming on every rooftop to anybody that will listen, right? But they didn't have any what's the word that I'm looking for? They didn't have um any human feelings when they walked up to that cookie shop and just down young Dolph like that, right? A man that was just in a cookie shop on a phone just trying to buy him some damn cookies. And you got these bitches around here talking about, well, you shouldn't have stopped at no cookie shop. That man should be able, just like anybody else. Go Van should be able to. Straight Drop should have been able to. Cornelia should have been able to. I should be able to. You should be able to walk up in a motherfucking cookie shop and get you a damn cookie if you want to, without a bitch deciding they're gonna kill you because they think the way to the top is by stepping on your shoulders. Now his ass got to sit up in that cell, okay? He got to sit up in that cell and think about how everybody made an ass out of him. They got him to agree with killing Teasy. Teasy ain't tell on Straight Drop, okay? So I think he went along with that, because from my understanding, I remember somebody told me, you need to think about who got Teasy to come back to Memphis, okay? He went when Straight Drop used to be on that phone. He talks to Teasy all of the time when they was listening to him at night on their phone. Okay, he was talking to Teasy. He was talking to Teasy. He was talking to his baby mama, and he was talking. He called Juke a few times. Okay, so from my understanding, Teasy wasn't being in Memphis a whole lot around that time, and he was lured back to Memphis. So that's weird within itself. Okay. So I really believe after this last little hoorah, okay, after he get through screaming on every rooftop and he gets a denial, okay, I wonder, is it setting in now that Yo Gotti don't have no power, okay? I wonder, is it starting to set in, okay? Because Yo Gotti ain't even have no damn money, because if they had the right type of money, they never would have got the damn hitmen that they had. Okay, they could have got some professional hitmen. It was only after Young Dolph was killed that he was able to start getting them big credit lines. He probably could hire a professional hitman now, but he already know that the government got a hit out on him, so he's scared. He can't do nothing but spend money on them Ace of Spade bottles and all of that, and let that security that he have to pay. They say, I heard another Memphis blogger claim that he pays upward of about $100,000 a month. That can break anybody. His money is not unlimited. Okay, so that could break anybody. Maybe that's the reason why he's having to stay out of the States so much. Okay, so that he won't have to have all that security. Okay, paid all that security. It's easier for him to be in another country and not have to worry about a YN catching him. Okay, because I'm gonna tell you something. These young dudes don't care. Anytime you in jail,
Get to her.
and you get an opportunity to jump out of a cell to fight somebody. These dudes will do anything. I'm telling you, in front of the guards and everybody. This is my opportunity. Okay. Okay. You want to eat your cookie? Okay. You want to look at Minnie now? You want to look at Minnie?
Yeah, Minnie.
Okay. Look at Minnie. Want to look at Daisy?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah. Like
you want to see me dating Minnie?
Yeah, Minnie. So like I said, anytime, now he gets the opportunity, and I hate to say it, and I hate that happened to young Dolph, but young Dolph has young Dolph has ascended. Young Dolph has ascended to another dimension. He's better off than straight drop. It's sad you got to be in a cell. You got to be in a little small cell thinking about you did not benefit off of taking this man's life at all. You was never famous. You was infamous for 15 minutes. Okay. And it was affiliated with you being a damn fool. Okay. Your infamy. Okay. So he wanted to build his house. Because see, everybody that was involved in what happened to that young man, I'm talking about young Dolph. If they've had any type of success, stop. Let me see what's in your hand. Okay. Put that back up. Put that back there. Don't touch that. If they had any type of success,
yes,
that means it's off of the back of a dead man. Okay. That means they built their house on sand. And no house that is built on sand can stand. Understand me. Okay. And I hope those words resonate with anybody who has ever felt like they have built their house on sand. I don't give them if they got away with whatever. You never get away. You never get away, because the laws of the earth is whatever a man soweth. Whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's going to reap. Okay? That's just what he's going to reap. And so now you got this young brother.
I was drinking water.
You want some water? Okay. Now you got this young man. Okay. And I wish the brother had won another route. Here, you want some water? Here, you know how to hold your water. You don't need me to hold your water for you. Here. You're a big girl. Now you got this young man screaming on every rooftop, like I said. And it's sad because you talk about 28 years old. He's been in there probably since he was about 23. Since he was about 23 years old, 22, 23. It's a damn shame what these old ass niggas did to a baby, because he was a baby up under these dudes that sent him out. Now, I'm trying to think of a scripture, okay, because them scriptures work. And it's real good to put a scripture on an evil ass motherfucker, because what they helped him to do was straight drop was already thrown off. And I'm gonna tell y'all how I know he was thrown off. Any man that violates a woman, it's a million things you can do to get back at a person. But if you start talking about making a woman bow down to give you fellatio at gunpoint, men that do that, that's a mental illness. Any man that wants to violate a woman, that's a damn mental illness. Okay. So we saw that charge. People tend to overlook that. Sane people don't do stuff like that. So he was already thrown off. It was already something wrong with it. And so what they did was they took an ambitious, bitter, mentally unstable dude, and they helped to finish crashing him out. Because anytime you put on your Instagram, okay, that I am a hitman, y'all, that ain't normal. That's not normal. And I think it's a damn shame. Now I'm getting ready to stand on my soapbox and talk about these old ass niggas. Old, wormy, rusty ass niggas in their 40s and 50s. Okay? Old enough to be his damn daddy. Okay? Instead of them helping to guide the brother in another direction. How in the hell did they asses had lived long enough to know that it wasn't nothing good that was gonna come up out of that? Okay. But they thought, okay, we'll get him to do it. That's ain't that it? That's it right there, Hitter. That's it. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatever a man soweth, that's just what he's gonna reap. Okay. I bet you Yo Gotti, that pain he feel when he thinks about his brother. Because see, a lot of people think he did something to his brother. I never believed it. I don't believe he did nothing to his brother. I believe that when he look at the sorrow and the hurt in his mama's eyes, because see, his brother, I believe his brother could have did his. You just locked my phone up, girl. You just locked my phone up. Woo, this baby is something else. She done locked my phone up. Stop. You don't touch Gigi's phones, okay? Say yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Shh. Okay, what was I saying? This girl done locked my phone up. Yeah, you play with your own phone. That's your telephone. You done locked my phone up. You play with yours. Tamika says the Bible says there is no rest for the wicked. God is not at peace. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What? Wait. Shh. The people can't hear you. Okay, be quiet. Okay. Shh. Wait a minute, Fruits. Wait. We'll play telephone when I get off of here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But I bet if he would give when he look at the oh Lord Jesus. I bet he would. Wait a minute, Juju. Wait. Stop. You being disobedient now. I told you to wait until I get off of here, okay?
Okay.
I bet he would give anything to turn back the hands of time. Okay?
Okay.
No, Juju, please. Where my remote control at? I'm gonna have to preoccupy her. She wish she would.
Bye.
She just won't be quiet. Okay. And so now, he's got to reap what he sowed because he took young Dolph life. That's the ultimate thing that you could do to a person. And he already been talking before. I told y'all that the boys came and got him twice out of his cell. He just decided to renege on it, and then and had told Cornelius to tell it, and which Cornelius was gonna tell it anyways. Okay, and I don't blame him for telling it, because once he started to dry out, he was gonna tell it anyways. Okay, and Straight Drop one never miss. At least Straight Drop one never intoxicated, and he.
Whoa! Wait.
Shh.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's gonna be. I think that once this last appeal to the Supreme Court, and Gotti ain't got no pull at the Supreme Court. Okay, he don't. Stop. You want me to take your phone from you?
Yeah,
I can take it. Okay, well then I'm gonna take it then. Since you said I could take it, you gonna be quiet?
It's a car.
Yeah, that's a car. Give it to me. I'm gonna put it right here. Sit down here. You want your phone? You gonna be quiet? You gonna be quiet? Now be quiet. Whoo, child. Y'all can tell I ain't had no babies in 25 years. In 25.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a hard head one too, because they just let her have a way. Shh. Okay. Anyway, y'all. Yeah, it's definitely a job and a half. I'm telling you. We just came from the grocery store, child, getting her some goodies, some cookies and some chips and some.
car.
Some cookies and chips and some frosted flakes. Here, I'll take it off when I finish. Okay, let me finish my show. Anyway, y'all hit the like button. But you guys, like I said, a lot of these older guys is going to pay. And Gotti don't have no pull at the Supreme Court. He can't do nothing for straight drop. And I don't think he wants to do anything for straight drop. Whatever it is that he's been doing for straight drop's family, that's going to end too. Okay, when they get him tied up in litigation and stuff like that, that's going to end too. Because what he's doing is he's why would Gotti have an interest in paying for lawyers or being supportive of the men, that took out young Dolph? Why would he have an interest in doing something like that? Taking care of Straight Drop's family and all of that. Why would he have an interest? He had an interest because he was the one that paid. He called a hit on young Dolph, and so it's really sickening to me. I was thinking about that today. I was like, Lord, it's a damn shame. I had the mayor had a brunch to Mother's Day brunch. Yeah, the mayor had a Mother's Day brunch today that I went to over at the Civil Rights Museum. And it's something because I felt something. I was looking at, they put the cars back out there. I think about my city and I really, really, really get sad. And as I was walking past the Civil Rights Museum, I was like, well, God, it's a good thing they put the cars and stuff back out here. Because remember, they had taken the cars from out in front of the Lorraine Motel because you had some old stanky, runny, natty tail girls that went and jumped on the car. All of their rich history out there. Those cars have been out there since they opened the Civil Rights Museum right there in front of the hotel where Dr. King lost his life. And you had some old runny, yeasty, nasty girls, young girls, jumping all up on top of the car, twerking, y'all. They vandalized the car, then turn around and try to steal the car. Okay? This is it's totally messed up what goes on in our city. And then to make it even worse, like I said, I was walking, I was like, Lord, you had a man to give his life right here. I was walking, just looking at the museum, and like I said, all of the history and stuff. It's really sad. Shh. Be quiet. It's really sad, that we already had all of that to take place in Memphis. We already had all of that to take place in Memphis. And then we got people like Yo Gotti and the Hernandez Govans and the Straight Drops and all of that to go and consistently make our city look terrible because of what they practice, because of their hate for they feeling like their come up is off of the back of another black man's death, the demise of another man that was feeding his family, that was making a way for other artists just because they weren't in that loop. It's sad. It really is. It's really sad. And as I was walking out, I started to get, I'm an emotional person anyways. I started to get emotional. I was like, God, what is wrong with our city? Because we have had that demonic force over our city now for over 50 years, probably longer than that. Right? But you had a man to give up his life standing right there on that balcony, right? And now you got black people killing each other. I know he got to be turning over his grave, and a whole lot of other civil rights people who fought for the freedom of our people, right? And now we got folks that are, well, he should not, he should not have been trying to, he should not have been trying to floss what he had. He shouldn't have been thinking his money was making him invisible. Then he wouldn't have got killed. Y'all, it's some sick folks in this world. It's some sick black folks in this world. Okay? And so now you got this young man want to get out of jail. He do. He appealing to the highest court. Now, folks will say, well, Straight Drop taking it like a soldier. If he was taking it like a soldier, he just go, I did it. I'm going to just lay down and do my time. That's what he would be doing. I'm going to just lay down and do my time. You got folks that go and commit crimes and they never file appeals. They just lay on down. Okay? But you got him crying and screaming on every rooftop, hear you, let me out. So he ain't laying down and taking it like a champ. He ain't. He trying to swerm his way out of it, and it ain't gonna work. So what he gonna start doing next after this appeal? He gonna start telling. He gonna start getting somebody else to tell it. Okay. Now he gonna start telling it because that's how he gonna start getting trying to get that at least one of them life sentences taken off of him. Okay. But you got to understand, he is in a war. He is in a war. He is fighting for his life, even though he didn't give young Dolph a chance. He trying to fight for his life. And what we do know, when we're in wars, it ain't no fairness in war. So he gonna start, when you start seeing indictments, Dropp taking it like a champ. Well, then why he filing all these damn appeals? Why don't he just lay on down? He know he did it. Why don't he just lay on down and do his time? He can't do that because he ain't got no peace up in there, knowing he got more life in front of him than he do behind him. Who want to sit in jail? Okay, but that's the choice that he made. And all that life he got in front of him gonna be in that cell. Okay, it's gonna be right in that cell. Because even when he started telling on folks, he's still gonna do at least 25 or 30 years. He's still gonna do 25 or 30.
Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute.
Stop.
I need to get you. I need to check you.
It says, you see them folks got guilty verdicts for Fulio. And I believe that the Yellow boy, Yellow, what's his name down there in Texas? Yellow, he get ready to get some guilty verdicts too. And Dirk probably is too. If nothing else, people gonna get the opportunity to see. I don't care how much money a person has, how much fame they have. When they commit these crimes, they are not the Teflon Don. That's the first mistake they made. What's his name? Yeller? Is his name Yeller or something? Yellow boy. They are not invisible. And so all of these dudes that look up, stop.
Hey, get back.
Shh. All of these dudes that look up to these celebrities or these so-called celebrities, these rappers, because they have this illusion, okay, that they really got something going. They're gonna see that they're getting the opportunity to see that they're just mere man. So when they go and I'll lay down and die for them, that show what you're gonna do. Because if you go take out somebody, you got to know that when you go take them out, sit down and be quiet. When you go and you take them out, you're gonna lay down in jail and die, or they people gonna make their people gonna put you in your grave. So I hope, but these dudes don't learn. You got them old and rusty as dirt, and they still stop, and they still haven't learned. I gotta say, I don't have no issues with them making examples out of them, because when it's all said and done, and I've been saying this from day one, they what them folks did to that boy, from the plotting on his life to the taking of his life, it was wrong. Okay. And so then they come up with this, they start talking about, young Dolph shot up Yo Gotti car down busy ass Winchester. I ain't gonna lie, I told somebody to search to see if anything like that ever happened. I mean, they say got it and reported, but you know, it's got to be some 911 calls. Okay, maybe got it and reported, but if you shooting down Winchester is real busy. I would think that, you know, somebody made some 911 calls and said that, you know, a car is being shot up. It ain't nothing but ninjas on Winchester. I don't even like going down Winchester. It's so busy. I don't fool with Winchester, period. So you know, and even still, if it did happen, stop. If it did happen, I still don't know if it was Young Dolph that did it. I don't believe Young Dolph would go and shoot up nobody's car. Okay, I really don't believe that it happened. Go Van sound like he lying when he say that, because you know Dolph know he did that. He now see, you know, he trying to put dirt on the man name. Even you know, I mean, he giving a motive, which he ain't really got to even give no motives, because everybody know your guy that paid for the hit, your guy and some more folks. I believe, you know, Head them and Zebo them did too. But you know, I can't prove that. I just kind of believe they did. But anyways, I digress. That's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. Sure do sound like he lying and look like he I believe he lying when he say that. He said, I don't know why he feel like he needs to you know, soil what's up, Ace? He needs to soil up Young Dolph's name. It's really sad, you know. It really is. You would think somebody who got off with something that they know that they did, that he would be praising the Lord. Okay, he would be trying to praise the Lord and at least change his life around. But that hate has started to come back up. But you know, pride comes before a fall. That's in the Bible. Pride comes before a fall. Okay. And so with him doing all of these interviews, I don't know why he's trying to take up for Gotti, because I hope nothing happens to Govan. I hope nothing happens to him, but if something did happen to him, it would be them that did it. The only reason why it probably ain't happened is because Gotti's too scared to do anything, because he can't trust nobody. He can't trust nobody. The dude's scared of his own shadow. You heard him say if his house too dark, he don't go in it. Now, you know, that's a damn shame, because anytime if it's night and I step out of my car, I have my weapon in my hand when I walk in my house. You mean to tell me a man that's got all that type of money ain't got two in his hand? He's scared. He has security around him all the time. He's scared to go in there with the security. Okay, so I mean, I wouldn't wish schizophrenia up on nobody, and it seems like to me that is what he has developed since he did this. So it ain't been good for him mentally. Okay, he thought he was, you know, who want to come out on top, and now he's a schizo. Miss Tam, it most definitely is in the Bible and the truth. I'm telling you. Tams, do you believe that situation at the airport was in his discovery packet? Do I believe that when he said that that Key Glock spit on Jug? Yeah, I believe it was in his discovery packet, because he probably put it up in there, because Jug told him that Key Glock spit on him. So it probably was in there because he put it in there. He had to have been the one that did it, because Juke was the one that told him. He knows they can block that bucket. And I mean, I ain't mad at him for telling on him, on Juke and them, you know. It says, y'all notice how Tamara doesn't say allegedly, but nobody she names has threatened to sue her. Oh, Stephen, don't put them on me now. Don't put them on me because they start acting like little girls. They'll start to act like little girls. I'm gonna tell you right now, if they ain't gonna get nothing, I ain't got a damn thing. Only thing they can do is help me. Trying to sue me, they can help my vlog for me to get more cash apps, okay? Because they sure can't get nothing up out of me because I ain't got it to give. Um, they'll spend more money trying to sue me than they would get, and it's still I don't know what they think they're gonna stop. Not nothing. Black Barber says, I believe it happened, but I do not believe that it was in the packet. I believe it was in the packet because I believe Juke told quit. I believe it was up in there. And he know Juke told him. I got to thinking about that thing too. I don't know. Y'all know how my mind be working. I get to thinking about some stuff. I thought about he said Cornelius came to that door when Juke was there and knocked on the door. Shh. And said something supposedly said something to Juke about Dolph supposedly shooting up his car or something like that. If that happened, it don't sound right, but if it happened, it was because he told Cornelius to do it. To try and put whatever was going on into motion. Stop. I think when all of this stuff is over with Cornelius, he gonna you probably ain't gonna see Cornelius doing a whole lot of appeals. Because he gonna go ahead and just choke his time on down. I would be surprised if he got life. I don't think he's going to get life. I don't think he's gonna get life. I think that you trying to lock that phone up too? Leave my phones alone.
They say what? Say what? Hi, doggy.
Yeah, I don't think Cornelius is going to get life. I think Cornelius, and this is just in my opinion, I believe that maybe he'll get 25, something like that. I think he'll get 25. That's what I think he's going to get. I think Cornelius will get 25 years. He could get more, but I just kind of believe it's going to be 25. Ken says he should get 55 some years, some shit, for killing Dolph like that. Well, yeah, I think he should too. I think he should pay for what he did, but I mean, you do have to stop. You do have to take into consideration that he did have to turn state's evidence. It seemed like to me he ain't stopped turning evidence. Cornelius hung around them dudes, and Cornelius saw and them dudes do quite a bit of stuff. So.
Oh, what happened, baby? What happened?
I'm sure he told all that he knew about that and all that he thought he knew. So.
No, you didn't do it.
But I think the whipped cream on the cake. See, I think God thinks he's slick. So, folks talking about how God is taking care of Straight Dropp's family and all of that. And so I guess that's a strategy. Be quiet, Juju. That's a strategy for Yo Gotti. We take care of Straight Drop family. That keeps him, stops him from talking. And if he ever tries to stop, if he ever thinks about talking, then he already know we got our finger on his family. We could touch his family because we taking care of his family. I don't think all this gonna matter in the end. He could get put in general population. He should get. Why y'all won't? Why y'all go so hard on Cornelius? Give it here.
I want to do
Give it here.
one.
I said give it to me. You don't tell me wait. Here. Why y'all go so hard on Cornelius and y'all don't go hard on Straight Drop? Hey, Justice Vidal.
Hey, Doc. You listen. Me. Boy. Me. Doc. Thank you.
He said, I'm telling you, them dogs so sick of her, they ball up in a knot.
What
Yeah.
was that?
They don't want no parts of her. They don't want her touching them, period. They balls up in a knot together to try to get away from her. He said he killed a dog, then snitched. So let me ask you this, Cinematic Ken. Do you feel like that straight? Do you want to see? Do you think that Straight Drop should get an appeal? Give me one, boo, for me. Give me one. So, do you think that Straight Drop should get an appeal and get out? Ken, how do you feel about Straight Drop filing for an appeal, Ken? Do you think that they should grant it? Cinematic King, do you think that Straight Drop's appeal should be granted? Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and Miss Juki Fruit been chilling and hanging together. Y'all hit the like button. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. He said whoever put that in the well, in his discovery package. Well, it was somebody's lawyer. It was somebody's lawyer who put that in the discovery package. Somebody's lawyer put that in the discovery package. So why you think that Straight Drop need less years than Cornelius? Said Miss Tam before the unalive young dog. His behavior was unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And then Straight Drop, look at what Straight Drop was doing after what happened to Young Dog. He was calling this, what do you say, the drop god. Doing videos at gas stations while on the run. I mean, if you know you killed a man, why are you running? It's something wrong with that. Why did you go on the run if you know you big and bad, you know you a gangster? Why was you running from the folks? You stand and you take that like a man. Why was he in Indiana? See, that's what, you know, why was he in Indiana if Zach wasn't involved?
Exactly.
And Rob was talking about what he was on his way. No, he was in Indiana because they was gonna hide him out there. But why out of all the states in the all 50 states, why Indiana? Okay, because he an honest cook. He stuck to his affair. He ain't fold after getting caught. He didn't fold. You must didn't hear Hernandez go there and say straight drop toe on him. You must ain't hear that. You must didn't hear Govan and say straight drop toe on him. And that's something he told he rather had thrown Govan up under the bus than Gotti. Because he felt like if he go ahead and throw Govan, finish throwing Govan up under the bus, he felt like Govan couldn't do nothing for him. But you know, I ain't gonna tell on Gotti because if I beat this thing, Gotti gonna give me a deal. Well, a corn dog told on Quet and straight drop toe on Quet too. I believe Quet when he say straight drop toe on him. You don't believe him when he say straight drop toe on him? I do. I believe him. I believe him when he say straight drop toe on him. He ain't got no reason down straight drop. Why Quet extra lame? Because straight drop, because he said straight drop toe on him.
Oh.
Stop. So Miss Damn Straight Drop hasn't been charged for his other action. See, people want to look all over that. That's the reason why we're gonna talk about this tonight. My grandbaby about to run me crazy, but we're gonna talk about this tonight. What? You mad because the puppy don't want to play with you? I told you to leave them alone. They don't want to play. Well, Remy don't want to play with you. Remy old. And the other ones don't want to play with you either. Because you play too rough. You play too rough, girl. Well, they don't want to play. We're going to talk about that. Govan said straight drop toe on him. And he did. He ain't lying. I know he did it. He ain't lying about that. But why do people try to brush over that? Why do people try to brush over that and just talk about Cornelius straight drop toe on Govan? Telling is telling, ain't it? You can't pick and choose who you gonna call a snitch. Straight drop toe on Govan when he had Ganguly, and that was real early on. Because they all had decided he was going to make Quet the sacrificial lamb, although he is guilty. But they just decided they was going to put everything on him. And straight drop was going to get out and God was going to sign, and they was delusional. Hell, they was the one that turned Cornelius against Quet. Cornelius wasn't talking in the beginning. Cornelius wasn't saying nothing in the beginning. But straight drop had decided that he was going to, and he was going to get out and let God sign him. And that's what he thought. He don't understand once they had got him settled in Indiana, they was going to kill him. He too dumb to know that.
Okay.
He said it's not about who's right or wrong, Miss T. It's about the internals of a man. Corn dog is the worst there is, killing ass rat, a real snake. And straight drop a real snake too. He the worst of the worst.
Okay.
He mad at a man. He's sitting there mad at a man because he wouldn't sign him. He the worst of the worst. Let me say, Juki, look. I said stop. Do you hear me say stop? Now you want me to open that for you? I'm telling you why straight drop the worst of the worst. Straight drop went and killed a man to try to come up. He went and took a man from his children because he thought he was gonna get to live his best life off of the backs of the pain of young dog family and kids. Cornelius was a junkie. Now, I'm not trying to give Cornelius no excuses, but he was a junkie. Straight drop was totally coherent when he did what he did. And I don't respect nobody like that. I mean, I don't know why folks want straight drop to get out anyway. You know, because I don't mean no harm, but I believe they're not gonna let him. I don't think he'll have long on this earth if he got out. Because somebody gonna get him. If you caught and you're done, why tell? Well then, why straight drop tell on quit? Why straight drop tell on quit? Ken, why straight drop? Was it right for straight drop to tell on quit? In your eyes? I mean, I feel like it was right, but do you think that it was right for straight drop to tell on quit? Why he do that? Why he don't just take his stuff like a man? And he didn't tell on Cornelius, he told on quit. Where your peppermint at?
What's that?
Okay, well, I'm not opening another one. Eat that. He said it's on him. Be a peelhead. What, Ken, was it? So how do you feel about straight drop telling on quit? Quet said it himself. Quet said it. Quet said straight drop told on him. Straight drop told on him first. And then he turned around and told Cornelius to tell on him. He got Cornelius riled up. He told Cornelius, Quet and Juke ain't messing with us. And then he turned around in that letter. He told Cornelius to tell on. They say he said tell on Juke and got him. Did anybody else in here? I know I ain't crazy. Did anybody else hear Quet say straight drop told on him? Am I saying something wrong? Did y'all hear Quet say that? I heard him say it. Did y'all hear Quet say straight drop told on him? Michelle says, but Cornelius got clean and came to. See, I wasn't on this. Ken heard it too. Ken just don't want to deal with straight drop telling. Justice Vidal says he told on both him and Teasy. Or you saying Straight Drop and Teasy told on Quit. Mm-hmm. Teasy told on him too. So Ken, how you feel about that? Let me see. I want to try to find it.
I can find it.
Just don't feel like looking for it. Where he said that Straight Drop told on him. So Ken, how you feel about that? How you feel about Straight Drop telling on Quit?
Only with the ball. It gets the get the ball. We get the ball. We get the ball. You will get the ball.
Yeah, okay. You said Quit was gonna tell on Juke. Okay, but how you feel about Straight Drop telling on Quit? How you feel about Straight Drop? Was it so? How do you feel about Straight Drop telling on Quit?
Get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to find that footage because Quit said that. Justice for Dolph, where is that footage at? What Quit said? Justice for Dolph, help me out. I know he got it. I know Justice for Dolph got the footage. Where that footage at? What Quit said that
Get the ball.
Justice for Dolph said Straight Cop is so low, still talking to Quit. If he was outside, he would end up like teasing. Lord have mercy. Justice for Dolph, what happened to Teasy? How would he end up like Teasy? Who would do it? Cinematic Ken said he probably was just scrambling because he knew. Oh Lord Jesus! See, Cinematic Ken, you have a double standard. You don't want to. Put the blame at straight. You want to talk about Cornelius as a snitch, but you don't want to say Straight Drop is one. So you don't want to say Straight Drop is a snitch.
No. Don't touch the dog. Don't touch the there. See it with the mirror.
A Black Barbie said, it looks like everybody that told on Quit in the dirt except for the ones in the penitentiary. And that's probably an only reason they ain't in the dirt.
No, you would have a bar. You buy a bar?
Quit better hope don't nothing happen to Cornelius. Because he already went on record saying that he got some people waiting on Cornelius when he get in general population. He basically already said he put a hit on Cornelius in jail. He said Quit about to be the new Mr. James, y'all.
Get to her.
Who is Mr. James? Justice for Dolph said the same people he talked into taking out Teasy. He says, nah, they all rats, but Straight Drop keeps his out the paperwork. Do that make it right? That's even worse. That's a real snake for you. You getting behind the closed doors telling on people, but you want to keep it out of the paperwork. Or you get somebody else to go and tell for you. And he said, cut me loose and give him, and then give him. Then he said, God and them he was gonna get a deal. He still thought he was gonna be able to get a damn deal. straight. That's how you know something is wrong with Straight Drop. Did Straight Drop think he was gonna get out and be a rapper without somebody knocking him down? He got to have known the energy that he created, that bad energy of taking out Young Dolph. Young Dolph was a wealthy man, which means he had wealthy friends that cared about him. Did he think he was gonna get to be on stage rapping and living his best life and they not send a hit on him?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, you guys. I don't mean no harm. I can't get up. What happened? She hurt your feelings barking at you. Come, move out the way, Remy. Why would you bark at her? Come on, come on, come on to Gigi. Y'all be quiet here. Come on. You want some juice? You want some juice? What she do to you? Remy did it, not him. You want some juice? Okay, I'm gonna give you some juice. Okay, you want some potato chips? Okay, you're gonna get juice and potato chips. Okay, I'm gonna give you juice and potato chips. He says your wealth has nothing, means nothing. I was gonna say, y'all, I don't mean no harm. I can't see myself getting up and leaving out of my house to go write a $50 bond. That's something that another bondsman do it. I appreciate them calling me, but it ain't worth it to me. They ought to be able to go over there and I can't, not for no $50 bond. I can't do it. Give it to another bondsman. Let them do it. Debbie Hudson says Miss Tam has to keep his out the paperwork so he don't get more charges. Listen, just like Straight Drop knows where all of the skeletons are as it relates to Quit. Quit know where all the skeletons are, and he gonna throw them back at him once he start telling them. Because when he loses, hold on, boo. Once he loses this last appeal, he gonna tell on Quit. He gonna do it because he gonna want to get his time reduced. Not only is he gonna tell on Quit, he gonna tell on Gotti. He gonna solve some murders, but mark my word. Somehow, in between all of the tongue wrestling that's gonna go on, Howard Barnett's case is gonna get solved. Mark my word. Because they're gonna be telling on each other. And that's just revelation, because the Bible says that, even in the Bible, God says that they come at you one way and they flee in 7 different ways. They start scattering out in 7 different ways. In other words, they come at you one way and then God confuses the language and they start turning on each other and fighting with each other. And mark my word, that's what's going to happen. And in the midst of that, it's going to be families to get peace, because these folks done took out a lot of people. That's the reason why the Fed's on top of their head and won't leave this case alone, because of the magnitude of the people that is involved. These folks done took out, these are hit men and men that have been putting money on top of folks' heads. they're gonna solve a lot of cases in the midst of this. So when folks say about this stuff over, well, it ain't. It ain't. It's not over. It's not over because you got other. These people have been involved in other cases, and they're gonna start telling on each other. They are. Don't get me okay. Don't get me started. Um, Debbie Hudson says absolutely 100% because him and Quit burned and put him there. I don't know. Somebody came in the chat. Get off of him. Somebody came in the chat and said and claimed that Quit didn't do it. I'm talking about with Howard Barnett. They say he didn't do it, but he know what happened. But he probably did do it. Because I'm gonna tell you something, he ain't never talked about Howard Barnett. He's talked about other little situations. He don't talk about Howard Barnett. So he probably did have an involvement in it. He said Derek said Quit didn't do it. He said Derek said Quit didn't do it. Straight Drop was out. Straight Drop was out that month that Howard Barnett went missing. Straight Drop was out. They gonna solve that case. They probably already about to solve it. As a matter of fact, I get to wondering, like, you know, I have not heard. I have not talked to Howard Barnett's family or anything like that. I ain't heard nobody else say anything, but like a month ago, the last time I heard something was that they was going back out there, and I don't know if they've already done it or maybe they have. They probably already have to to do some stuff. So Justice for Dow says Quit gave green light on Howard. That's a fact. Why would Quit want to do something to Howard? I'm not saying he didn't, but who would have more of a motive to want to have Howard out of the way? Who? So, what would be the benefits of Quit wanting to kill Howard Barnett? What kind of interest would he have had? What would have? How would it have benefited him for Howard Barnett to be taken out? Right. Straight Drop had the most to gain. Now, did they help him? That's possible. I'm sure the Straight Drop didn't do it by himself.
What is he? Boo 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 boo.
Cypher said, Justice for Dolphins, you off of vacation yet?
Yee boo boo boo. Yee yee yo you. Boo 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 boo. Yee. Yee boo 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 boo.
Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I don't have no notifications.
Yee boo 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 boo. Ah yeah. Yee ha. You see, I want to mess the eye.
Yeah, now she meddling with the puppies. Now she messing with them. Don't be mean to them. Don't be mean to them puppies. Don't throw nothing at them. That's not nice. He said Cypress, yeah, from today, but I'm so sick of this. I might stay on it for good.
Boo 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 boo. See boo 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 boo. See.
Y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I don't know. Like I said, all of this is interesting, though. I really hope. Well, I think Cornelius goes to court next week. Cornelius goes to court next week.
I'm in practice. I'm in cold.
Cornelius goes to court next week. And it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out. Like, I don't think he's gonna be. I really don't think. You like your shoes I bought you? Let's try them on. I don't think that he's gonna be sentenced next week. I don't. I would be surprised he could, but I would be surprised if he gets sentenced next week. I would be surprised. I really would. Yeah. It's probably some more stuff going on with that. Like I said, Cornelius lived in that area. They didn't just randomly pick Cornelius to kill young dog. You get somebody like that involved, it's because you got some type of rapport with them. You gotta trust them in some type of way. So
Oh yeah, this is it.
stop. Take that out your mouth. Take it out. That's not nice. Don't do that. Justice for Dog says, I am divided if I should put everything out or skip forward and go to a business war with Gotti. Law enforcement absolutely ain't doing nothing. Stop. Get back. Go to war with them. Justice for Dog. I think you should go to war with them. And just put everything out. Put everything out that you have. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Wait, boom. Wait, let me put this shoe on. Y'all always buy her every Minnie Mouse shoe that I see, I order it. All the Minnie Mouse sandals, all the Minnie Mouse shoes, Minnie Mouse and Daisy. Ooh, you like it?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Yeah.
Bend your leg. Bend your leg. Let me see. That's so nice.
Yeah. It. Ah, it does you.
Um, like I said, it's gonna be interesting though to see how all of this play out. I do know that at some point, everybody that was involved, they'll get their payback. You don't just get to get by. You know, people think that they could do whatever they want to do and deny it, and then quietly ask God to forgive them. Shh, shh. Wait, stop. Wait till I finish, and then quietly ask God to forgive them. And that's just not how it works. You know, God to give you grace, but you still have to go through. You're still gonna have to go through. You're gonna have to pay for. Well, you still gotta pay for what you did, and God will give you grace to go through it. But you gotta reap what you sow. And so when you start, you take somebody's life. That's the ultimate. Like that's the ultimate thing that you could do. Out of all the things to do, they showed didn't have to take that boy life. That was just evil. And like I was saying, I be getting secondhand embarrassment when listening to, or looking at some of the stuff that goes on in my city, and the mindset of the people in this city. Like want to see people hurting and want to attack people because they feel like they got more than them. The mindset ain't to work. The mindset is to try to come up off of the back of taking somebody else down. And that's the reason why a lot of these bitches ain't got shit. Because their karma is double team, is double dutching on their ass. Because you can't get to the top like that. Unfortunately, that's the mindset of the people in my city. When they start talking about they hustlers, that's a myth. True hustlers really do what they have to do. They don't go around hating on other people. And it's a lot of haterade as with the mindset in my city. Yeah, they could have the stop. Hey, don't throw nothing else. They could definitely have the hustlers mentality, but they got that karma. Shh, stop. You didn't I say stop? Unfortunately, they feel like hustling is pimping. To that, that's you would think stuff like that was played out. Like I'm a hustler. You get up and go to work every day. No, I be waiting on women to get out and sell their body for me. You was a bitch. So when I hear that, well, Memphis known for pimps. Why these bitches broke then? A man get up and go to work and provide for his damn family. He don't look for a woman to demean herself to take care of him. That's why these bitches ain't got nothing. You have to reap what you sow. And so you think about all this talent and stuff. They could be out here hustling, trying to learn the business. Instead, they'll take $1 to kill somebody that's going to teach them about liberation, like they did with Young Dolph. Stop. I said stop. You don't bite at me, you're going to get a whooping. I'm not playing. Don't you bite at me no more. Don't bite at me. I'm not playing. Stop biting at me, girl. I'm not playing with you. And so, unfortunately, they'll take $1. Then I say don't do that. Then I say don't do that. Stop. They'll take $1 to take out somebody that could really be an asset in the community. Because he wouldn't give me none of it. What you mean he wouldn't give you none of it? That man got out and worked. We don't know what Young Dolph had to go. We don't know what Young Dolph had to go through to get what he got? We don't know that. We don't know what he had to go through. So why would another man feel like I'ma kill him because he wouldn't give me none of it? He was trying to teach these fools the game. Go the independent route. But unfortunately, everybody wants something given to them, or they want the microwave type situation. That's why a lot of them tied up in these 360 deals right now. Okay. So it's been reported that Rock Nation has dropped Gotti. Jay-Z said that the RICO about to hit Gotti and CMG. Miss Timber breaks my heart. And that's why I don't want to come back home. Since my auntie passed away, our youngest are killing for a color. I'm telling you, like, it's really sad when you think about these gang members, and they wearing colors, these different colors. If I see somebody in blue, I'ma kill them. Yeah, what's wrong? That's what's wrong. Like, I don't get it. You killing over a damn color. You talking about a block. Like they say, you talking about a block. They don't own a house on the street. And they talking about my block. You come on my block, I'm gonna kill you. You get caught out of bounds. So, you know, and it's so unfortunate nobody is trying to teach their kids better. Because, you know, I told y'all somebody had put out a post. Why ain't the Memphis Police Department enforcing the curfew? Sit down. Why ain't the Memphis Police Department enforcing the curfew? Don't bite at her no more. And I'm not playing. I said, why aren't the parents enforcing the curfew? So the police supposed to be raising. First of all, anytime you got parents sitting up talking about they won't make Junebug come in the house and Junebug 15, the parent needs to go to jail. If Junebug out committing crimes after hours, people don't want to take responsibility for their own kids. If Junebug out committing crimes after hours, mama needs to go to jail. Instead, people are so twisted. Man, these police ain't right. They won't even make my son come in the house. I don't even know I don't know where my son at. Police ain't trying to find him. They been knowing Junebug was selling dope. They been knowing. These women be knowing what their kids do. I told y'all, my friend said they had a sting in East Memphis one time. Some type of sting with auto theft task force sting. And they went into this house in East Memphis, and a teenage boy, when they went into his room, they went to his mom's house, they went to his room. He had so many hundreds of key fobs and keys and IDs and wallets. And my friend said, Tamara, his door was open, and it was just IDs, different IDs and wallets and key fobs was sitting out on his dresser. And they asked his mama, you see these key fobs? Like, they didn't have. So a lot of these women know what their kids do. But when he bring them wallets home, after he done jumped in them folks' cars, he probably giving her some of the money. But when the police come up in her house, when they do a sting and bust up in her house, man, them police wrong. Them police wrong for busting up in her house. They violating our rights. Now, your son violating folks' rights when they stealing their cars and shit. When are people gonna start taking responsibility for their children and for themselves? That's the thing that gets me about our community. We're always trying to outsource everything. We don't want to deal with a lot of stuff can be fixed right within our household. But we be looking for somebody to come into, well, I ain't got no, my kids need a daddy. You already knew that dude wasn't shit when you had them babies with him. But ain't nobody talking about that in our community because everybody want to put a pacifier in our mouths or into the African American mouth because it's $1 billion industry by keeping us victims. You know, they showed it. That girl got all them kids. She a victim. Instead of saying, look here, little sister, I'll help you. I'll try to give you all the resources you need to help you, but you're going to have to help yourself. You make the first step. I help you by taking the second step, but you're going to have to make the third step. But look here, little sister, you going to stop having all them babies now. It ain't no good for you because you can't take care of them. So when you say something like that, well, listen, you already got 6 kids. Don't have no more. It ain't you done had them. Ain't nobody gonna judge you. You want to do better for yourself, then we'll show you how you can do better for yourself. But don't go have no more kids. You done had too many. Well, you being judgmental. No, they want her to stay on welfare. They want her to stay on welfare because they want her to stay being a consumer. That's what they want. It's $1 billion business off of keeping Black people victims. Okay? Keeping us consumers. It ain't healthy for a girl to be that ain't got no means and no way to be taking care of a whole lot of kids. How is it healthy mentally for her to be having a whole lot of children? Right? And I'm not talking down on no woman that has had a whole lot of kids, but what I'm saying is a lot of this stuff can be fixed in our community, but you know, they want the girl to keep tea. Hey, y'all heard? She pregnant again. She ain't nothing but a whore. This, and that. It's tea when you see a young lady messing her life up. Now, these miserable old bats and cackling men that act like cackling hens, they got something to talk about instead of trying to help the sister. That's what's wrong with our community. We want to see people doing bad so that we can talk about them instead of pulling them to the side and talking to them. Okay? Because everybody doing good. Now we can't, now I ain't got nobody to look down on. She got 7 kids. I can look down on her, although you done did way worse than her. In your life, you've been robbing and stealing and killing, setting up folks. But you want to look down on a girl who has been misguided. Ain't no telling what went on in her household. Ain't nobody pulled her to the side and told her, stop letting men use you. Stop letting them do it. Stop having all them babies. I remember when women my age, they gave wisdom. Now they so damn bitter and miserable. They want to see the young women do bad so they could talk about them. Because it makes them feel good to think that they can look down on somebody and they still ain't got shit. That's what's going on in our community. And don't nobody want to talk about it. Don't nobody want to talk about that. At our age, we supposed to be full of wisdom. You see young girls sitting on social media shaking their butt. You go, dog, what her mama at? Why she on here shaking her butt, like, shaking herself, like, making herself look, shit, her mama be right next to her. You looking for her mama right next to her, twerking with her, advertising her daughter. She feel like she done sold out. She done got old. Maybe I can entice them with my daughter to get my bills paid instead of going and paying getting a job to pay her own bills so that she can have some type of peace in her household. Because I'm gonna tell you something, when these women, I don't care what they got, these, I guess they got these nice shapes, they look nice, and they got all these kids, and I got a man to pay every bill. You got all these men in and out of your household. Something is happening with your children. Okay, because more I see it every day. More and more men are sick, and it's been like this for a long time. They prefer kids. I see it every day. And so it's a darn shame that a woman don't want to go and get herself a job so that she can bring peace and have a safe and secure environment for her children. Okay? And so now the excuse is women, single mothers have been raising men of valor, and women of Proverbs, the Proverbs 31 woman, it's been a lot of single women to raise great children, good, mannerable kids. Now they have the excuse now, and you hear a lot of women saying it now, well, I can't raise them right because I ain't got no man in the household. Now that's an excuse not to raise black kids right. When you got single mothers that's been raising kids right since the beginning of time. I ain't got no man in the household, so my kids ain't gonna turn out right. That's what they put into the atmosphere. And folks ain't even trying. Hell, it's your fault when you go and choose wrong. Okay? You already know when these men ain't gonna be right. Why you gonna have 3, 4, 5 babies? He wasn't doing right when you had the first one. And so these are the types of things that needs to be taught in our community. But what they try to do is that spirit of offense is very prevalent. Well, she being judgmental. No, I ain't being judgmental, sister. I'm trying to help you. Don't be letting no man pop you with all them babies that you can't even take care of yourself. Do something with your life. If you got them, go and try and do something with your life. Put your kids first and do something with your life, and drop these jokers that can't do nothing for you. But a lot of young girls have been abused. They search for love. Their daddies wasn't in their lives. They ain't had no man around to say that I love you. So when the first little boy said, it ain't because they are a whore, it's because they love starved. They don't know how to decipher somebody play a play from love. They ain't been taught that. And so it's so unfortunate now that you got people now, and you got women even doing it, even though they are women that teach their sons to take advantage of somebody's daughter. Get you a yeah, she get the gal to do this for you. That's the reason why these dudes can't win. That's not the order. I remember my daughter was talking to, she had a little boyfriend. And yes, I always stay in my kids' business. They my damn kids. Those are my children. They came out of my twat. They mine. Okay, they are mine. And she was talking to some, had a boyfriend, and the boy mama was always involved. Okay. And so she told me, she said, Mama, I won't say the boy name. His mama said to me, you gonna hold my son down. I requested a friendship on Facebook because we had to have a conversation. Bitch, you don't ever in your life think a child that I had, that I raised, because I raised her with morals, you think you gonna sick your no good gutter rat son on my child, bitch, to use her with your old North Memphis gutter rat ass conversation with her. Yes, that's my child. You don't put your no good boy on my child. Try to help your no good boy to use my child. You old rusty rotten North Memphis gutter rat. And it's a darn shame that you got women now, even though they are women and they know how hard it is to struggle trying to raise their kids. They want to sick their son on somebody's daughter that's got some morals. My child wasn't going to do it anyways. That's why she talked to me about it. But I was offended. You old bitch, you old bat. Instead of telling her son, be a man, get you a job, take care of yourself so that you can one day have you a family and take care of your family. Because that's the order. Okay. She was from North Memphis. And I ain't talking about all North Memphis folks. I'm just talking about her. If she had been from South Memphis, I would have said she was a South Memphis gutter rat. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I stand 10 toes down about mine, about my kids. I work too hard to try to get them girls raised. Okay. And so that they can have morals, and because they came up in a time where kids weren't being taught that. Y'all excuse my French. I just be getting mad sometimes, okay? No, that's not the guy that I got deported. Okay. The one that got deported, he was an African. My daughter went off to school and met him. And I told her, I said, Noodles, I said, and he was a nice looking African. But when I talked to him, well, first time I talked to him, the first time I saw him, because they lies about their age now. His mannerism, his look, I knew he was not no 23-year-old man. My baby was 18. I knew it. That was too old for her anyways. He was a old, he was, I told her, I said, Noodles, I said, their culture is a little different. He was nice looking. I said, their culture is a little different. The way that they were raised and taught, they look at women, they're taught that women are, they just taught a little different. I mean, but it ain't no different than what the American men taught. Shit. You see these damn fools around here feeling like women supposed to take care of them. Okay. But African men do get out and work and take care of their women. That's the only difference in them and an American man. But they do want to control their women, right? So my baby started changing. And I told my mom, I said, there's something going on with her. My mama always be in denial about everything. I don't think it's nothing going on with her. She just went off to school and met a boy, and you know, at some point she 18. Be quiet. Hell, what you doing? You know, at some, I started watching my child. I saw it. Then he got bold. Once I confronted her, because I've never been that parent to turn the blind eye. And then I confronted her, I confronted him. And he rose up on me. He told me, well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. He probably was looking to marry her anyways, so that he could be legal. He said, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I will marry her. I'll marry her. You won't have no say. I said, really? You say you gonna marry her? I said, oh, okay, well, I won't be there and your family won't be there. My family gonna be there. I said, no, they're not gonna be there because they're gonna be on their way back over to Africa. If you marry my child, you got to know that your family is not going to stay in the United States. And I stand 10 toes down on that because I had already looked them up. Well, he kept doing, it got worse. And I'm not going to get into everything that was going on, but it was bad. It had to have been bad for, because if he had been treating her right, I wouldn't have wanted her at 18 dealing, with him, no 23-year-old. But he wasn't. It was bad. It was real bad, and I fought for my child. I'm a fighter. I fought for mine, and I told him, I said, you got a choice. You can leave my daughter alone, or I'm gonna send immigration to your home. You got a choice, because it was just that bad. I don't know what was going on with my daughter. I don't know what was going on with her, but I don't know what was going on, but I had to fight for her. And I guess he didn't believe me, but he had the opportunity to see. And I did just that. It ain't no fairness in war. You fuck with my kids and you think I ain't gonna go to hell on you. Okay. And so my daughter said she saw him on Instagram recently. That's been some years ago. Okay. She saw him on Instagram and she says that thing to be back in the homeland. And that's all I got to say about that. I told him to leave my damn child alone. Okay. Um Justice for I mean, I don't know what people daughter. That was my daughter. Anybody I couldn't I wasn't gonna do anything illegal as I had wanted to do because of what was going on. So I had to do the legal thing. Yeah, he tried to say he was 23. He was every bit of 34. He was every bit of 34, hanging around at a damn campus. Then had the nerve to be low down. But he had met the right one though. He left her alone too. He said, "Your mama crazy. No, your mama crazy. Don't want to never see you again." Okay, that's what he told him. Anyways, I get to thinking about those days. That's why I say you have to know when something wrong is going on with your children, and you got to be willing. You got to be right yourself, because if you wrong and you out doing and involved in all types of stuff, how you gonna fight to bring your kids out of something? Especially when they meet a no good joker that see a good girl that hasn't been experienced. Okay, yes, they will manipulate them while he hanging around on a damn campus with his old. Oh, I think that was next. I think that was next, because what he was wanting, when he told me he was going, I think he wanted to marry her so he could be legal. And I think that's the main reason why he was hanging around that campus, to woo young girls that's legal, so that he could woo them, so that he could marry a young girl, so that he could be legal. But he wasn't gonna marry my daughter on my watch. And he was real arrogant and low down. Mm-mm. I don't regret nothing. Um, Justice Fidel says, luckily, so that's why I say, I mean, when I speak, I speak with a lot of passion because I think as mothers, whether you're a single mother or not, we've all gone through things where we have had our kids have gotten involved with people that you have to be very meticulous about who you let into your energy. You really have to be very meticulous about that. And unfortunately, when we send our children um, off to school, or we know they have to be adults and make good decisions, you have to consistently pray because you don't ever know who they're going to come in contact with. Okay. And the good thing about it is he didn't have to go back to Africa by himself. His whole family went back with him. So they all together. That's the beautiful thing. I don't believe in splitting families up. I believe all families need to be together. Okay. And I made sure that. Um anyway, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, when I'm not on here, I be missing you guys. I do. But I definitely had to get on here and talk about Straight Drop is screaming on every rooftop to anybody that will hear him. Hear ye, hear ye. Please let me out. Please let me out. He's begging to be let out to anybody that will listen. Now he going over there to the Supreme Court. I guess he wanna get his last denial. If the appellate court denied it, what he think the Supreme Court gonna do? They're gonna uphold what all of the courts below them have. And I would be surprised if it's heard quickly. Let me see. Because I think each state has a Supreme Court and then there's the other Supreme Court. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Okay, yes, all 50 states have their own Supreme Court that acts as the highest judicial authority on matters of state law and state constitution. While they serve as the final act for state legal matters, they are separate from the US Supreme Court. They said most states have one Supreme Court, but Texas and Oklahoma have two Supreme Courts, one for civil and one for criminal. Okay. So, he said, Yo, got to stay out the country. Because once he is denied, well, they going to come and get him. He can run, but he can't hide. Yo Gotti know he can't hide. Yo Gotti knows that he's gonna have to pay for. Oh, and I thought about before I get off of here, I thought about that album that Yo Gotti put out on Young Dolph's birthday. That's what I wanted to. Let me bring. I want to talk about that right quick. Hold on one second. Um. let's see. They tried to say, hold on. It was, let's see. It was 23. Y'all, when is Young Dolph's birthday? Okay. He drops an album on Young Dolph's birthday. So he dropped the album on Young Dolph's birthday talking about I showed you so, right? Now he dropped that album and it has all types of subliminals in it. Um it has all types of subliminals in it where you know he throwing out all types of subliminals. He does that and he think them folks gonna leave him alone. He thinks that he gonna get off. But around that time he was stressed out. He had to, let people know he felt like that they was talking and throw out hints to straight drive that, not to talk and all this stuff. Okay. And so he did all of that and he think he gonna get away. You gotta kind of seal the deal on himself. Okay, when he had a history of trying to kill young Dolph and then they finally kill him. So it's the whole thing is messed up. Let me just be clear about that. The whole thing is totally messed up. It never should have happened. I've said that so many times. None of these men should have participated in killing and taking this young man out. It should not have happened. And so unfortunately now, whatever the results are of their payback, their families are going to have to suffer those consequences. These men act like they don't understand when they go and get in trouble and get themselves in trouble. When something happens to them, they don't just do the time. Their family, their mothers and stuff do the time with them. A lot of times they lose their woman while they in jail, as they should. Okay, what woman gonna sit and wait on a man for 21 years? I wouldn't. Okay, after 21 years, you change. You don't even want that person no more. What you saw in them then, you've changed. You become a whole nother person. While this man has been in jail 20 some years, institutionalized, why should I have to do time with him when he chose the streets over me? Right? Because when they're out in the streets and being hit men and stuff like that, ultimately what they're doing is they're choosing the streets over their woman and their children. So why should she have to wait on him and do time with him? I wouldn't. Cypress says CM11 might get his ass picked up. He's saying too much. Why haven't he put out CM11 yet? It's obvious that he is leaking. It's obvious that he is leaking um the mixtapes and all of that, whatever the songs are on there. Why don't he just go ahead and put them out? I mean, I don't understand why this man like to constantly throw gasoline on the fire. Yeah, my baby girl finally went to sleep. Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm so glad. Cypress says it's on the way. That's all I can say. E Class says nobody buy that album. Music ain't like it used to be. I know that's right. Ain't nobody looking for him. Ain't nobody checking for him. Says Cypress that he addressed the Orange Mound Tattletale. She was said she should be tired. She talked well all the whole time we was in the grocery store, the whole time I was driving. She done and the whole and when she got here, she kept talking. So she ought to be good and tired. She done fell out. Thank God. He says the last album flop. Let's see. Okay, that's what he put no fake love. I'm out says I survived the streets and never been touched. They call it manifesting. I just never lost a crush. Niggas acting sus. You should call them sis. And I ain't homophobic. You just acting like a bitch. Mm, mm. Hitter says I bet Money Gotti gonna throw a subliminal at Gucci on the new album. He probably will. He probably will. But Gucci winning. I mean, Gucci is winning. So, hmm he said when he said about talking on the phone like you alone, he was talking about Drop. Cypress, they said, what song was that? Drop knew he wasn't alone. Hell, he wanted them. Drop wanted them to hear what he had to say. He didn't have the guts to go back and say it anymore. So he wanted to. Drop knew they was listening to him. He didn't care. Anyways, you all, I enjoy being on here with you all tonight. I got to get my baby. I need to get my baby ready and put my baby in the bed. Of course, I enjoyed y'all. I'm gonna get on in the morning. Me and the Fruity Fruits. We got a long day tomorrow. We're gonna go walking and go to the doggy park and all of that good stuff. So we're gonna get started early. I gotta get her up and comb my hair and give her a shower or give her a bath and get my shower and all of that, so that we can go take the dog. I could um, feed her breakfast and go take. Hey, you don't. You better stop. Go take the dogs walking. I appreciate you all tuning in. Yeah, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, so I'm gonna start coming on regularly. Oh, I have a guest that is going to be on this coming Friday. He is a doctor. Okay, he is an OBGYN and an oncologist. Okay, he deals with. He's a female doctor, but he also deals with cancer in males also, and he's going to be talking about preventive measures to take and all of that good stuff, and just educating us on some things. Anyways, you guys, listen, I love you all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If you want to support the channel, you can hit the Cash App or the Super Thanks. I love you guys. We'll be back on in the morning. I'll talk to you later.